What's going on, guys? So this is a step-by-step guide to become a software developer in 2020. What I suggest doing to go from knowing pretty much things to being a self-taught software developer. Now I want to stress that there is no magical method or magical path to success. There are just basic steps that I will suggest according to my experience, and I will not just ramble them off. I don't think that of much help. I'm gonna elaborate and talk about each one, and hopefully it can help some people to find their path to successfully becoming a software developer. So guys, first step is to find your end goal. What I mean by that is, where do you see yourself and what do you want to do? Do you want to work for a company or do you want to work for a startup? Do you want to become a freelancer and earn your own business? There are a lot of things that you can do to figure out which one of them you can really see yourself doing and what you like to do. That's more important. Some people like security and benefits of working for a company, and some people like the freedom to build something of their own in freelance or start their own business. Also, there are many different paths in programming and technology. What you want to do as far as coding, you want to do web development, app development. There is a lot of different paths. I will encourage you to really look at what you naturally good at. For instance, if you are really good in problem solving, you might look into database developer or possibly some high level programming. If you want more into real things, then you can go for web development or mobile app development, stuff like that. If you're looking to find some similar things, then you can look into Glassdoor. Is a great website. There's a lot of different websites you can look at stuff like that. I'm sure that will play a factor that what you choose for your end goal. So once you choose what you want to do, to work for a company or a freelance, whatever it might be, you need to choose a programming language. It's definitely the first thing that you want to learn for different jobs. Programmers use different programming language. For instance, if you're going for web development, of course, you need to know HTML, CSS, which are not actually programming languages, but they are basically the building blocks of the web. And usually the first thing you learn and then you move to JavaScript or PHP or any other server-side programming language. So you will have to do research on it if you want to do. Most likely for mobile app development, you probably learn React Native or Flutter. Big mistakes I see people do is jump right into the framework, and I definitely recommend learning fundamentals of a language first, because you are just going to overwhelm yourself if you try to learn multiple things at once. You can also need to pick IDE. I use Visual Studio Code for just about everything, but my core is web development. And another thing I want to mention is, once you pick a language, then you are not stuck with it. If you can find you want to do something else, you can switch if you know the basics. Then you can pick up the languages really quick and you can learn multiple languages. Okay, now in order to learn programming language and learn other technologies, you need to find resources, which is kind of difficult when you are self-taught. You have to find your own resources. So I am just quickly go over some of these. So documentation, believe it or not, are one of the best resources for learning fundamentals of programming languages. In my opinion, they suck for things like frameworks because they are updated so often. You also have free resources, websites like FreeCodeCamp, W3 Schools. These have everything from HTML to PHP, and it really helped me out when I was learning web development. So videos is definitely my preference. It's also what I do then so far as options. You have a ton, I mean of YouTube of course, which is free and great for like shorter videos, small projects, but probably you want to get into some longer form content. As well, you have Udemy, where you can go and pick different courses of all different topics. Then you have membership sites like Learn Code Online, but I recommend Udemy because paying little amount you can access different courses for a lifetime. That's pretty much good deal. Also, there are pretty much like an online bootcamp where they'll lay things out for you. So sites like Free Code Camp, which is great. I have a ton of people that have gone through it and learned a lot of things from it. In addition to these, you have code challenges website like Top Coder, where you can choose multiple languages. So something to look at after you already learned the basic. This will also prepare you for your job. So the next one is often looked at self-taught development, having a community of peers to learn from it. And if you can find a mentor, that's awesome. But most developers are very busy or can be very expensive. So that's kind of hard to do. The easiest way to start talking with other developers is inline communities. Also, online communities, of course, that you have forums and different websites, but a better option is to find someone kind of Discord or Slack channel where you can interact and communicate with other developers. Meetups are a great way to do things, so that well you can look into that. But a lot, I also miss a lot of things when I really missed about working with the company is actually with other people every day, is having people to bounce ideas off, of the ability to get immediate help with something if I need it. And also, there are a lot of online webinars. Amazon provides a lot of webinars, including AWS, Azure Cloud, and a lot of things. So you should join that as well for your good future. So I definitely recommend a community, online community, which is very important for a developer. Meetups and webinar, go for it. So number 5 is to create your own projects. At this point, you should have a good arsenal of resources that you are familiar with, and you should be have taken some courses, whether it's from Udemy or Free Code Camp, whatever might be. And now it's time to create your own projects. Following along with courses is the only half of the battle. When it comes to learning, you also learn a ton from doing things on your own and veering away from courses and tutorials and having to debug and search for answer and stuff like that. And this is a part where many people stuck and even quit. They feel good while learning, they are feeling like they are getting something out of it, but when they go to create their own project, their mind just kind of goes blank. You don't have to start from scratch. Take one course project and use everything that you learn and apply it to something new. Design starts changing things and it feels more like your own project. I guarantee you're gonna start getting different ideas to revamp the new project. Okay, so once you have a good amount of projects under your belt, you want to create a nice portfolio that's attractive and modern, but also really simple. So you can look to my website for getting ideas. So having a website where you can showcase your work is very important nowadays to become online. So portfolio is very important for a self-taught developer, because if you want to portray your work, you should have some online presence or online portfolio so that you can show to your clients or you can show to your interviewer that whatever you have done so far in your software development by self-taught, so they can got impressed or being like, okay, you're motivated and you know what to do. So that's very important. All right, so another thing that is really important that I don't think is stressed enough is your online presence. So make sure you have an up-to-date LinkedIn profile and with a link to your website. Have some kind of branding and logo, and keep your GitHub up to date with any projects that you have done so far. More online presence will help you reach your goals, and this is really important again for a self-taught developer because it shows that you know what you are doing. It shows that you are also like passionate about learning and also motivated. It shows like you're also very interested to know the things and technology. Anything you can do for online presence, must do it. Prepare and apply for a job. So at this point you should have all the other boxes checked. You should know your end goal, know at least one programming language professionally, portfolio, and some online presence. Once you have all this, you have pretty much done everything. You can set up yourself to apply for a job, or if you want to start freelance, to want to get clients, you can start with that as well. If you're looking to get a job with a large company, be sure to practice things like algorithms and business logic design. The interview process can be pretty brutal, so be prepared for it. Your first job is not going to be your last job, most likely, and unless it's a really good job. Don't think about salary, just think about getting the position to get some clients and job experience, which is very important. Alright guys, so those are 8 steps to becoming a self-taught software developer in 2020. Obviously, everyone's path is different, but I think it's a good map to follow, a good guide. Remember, nothing comes easy. You really have to put in a lot of hard work to become successful. So pace yourself and try to keep a positive outlook and what you are doing. So that's it guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this will help you out and I will see you in the next video.